Hey, Radiant Mama. Before we dive into today's episode, I have something extra special to share with you. If you're an entrepreneur who is craving connection, support, and real opportunities to grow your business, this is for you. I want to personally invite you to the Mama Means Business Networking and Mastermind event, a monthly virtual gathering designed to bring ambitious, passionate, purpose-driven mompreneurs together. This isn't just another Zoom call. This is where community meets opportunity. Imagine being surrounded by women who get what it's like to juggle motherhood and entrepreneurship, who see your vision and who are there to cheer you on, share resources, and help you shine. You'll walk away from each event with fresh inspiration, new genuine connections, a chance to promote your business, expert insight, and coaching moments, all in a safe space where you're seen, supported, and celebrated. This is how we rise and thrive together. Spots are limited to keep things intentional and impactful, so grab yours now using the link in the show notes. It's only $5 to reserve your seat, and it could be the best $5 you spent on your business and yourself. Better yet, invite a fellow mompreneur to join you and double the magic because, Mama, you're never meant to do this alone. Now, let's get into this episode. Welcome to Radiant Mom Rising. Get ready to be inspired, empowered, and uplifted. I'm your host, Mary Dibble, and in each episode, we dive into amazing stories, insights, and conversations that help moms like you chase your dreams and embrace your worth. Let's rise and shine together. Hello, mamas. I hope everyone had a wonderful Memorial Day holiday for those of you who celebrate. Actually, at the recording of this, I just got back from visiting with my sister and my mom and my daughter, Brea, in Mount Pleasant, South Carolina. It was really wonderful. I got to, this past Friday, go with my daughter on a field trip with her school to Tweetsie Railroad, and we had a lot of fun, and we were able to leave a little early and hit the road and go get my mom. And it was just us girls having a little getaway weekend. And I haven't seen my sister in a couple of years. So it was really nice to reconnect, catch up. And I got to meet her new member of her family, Topanga, her other dog. So yeah, we had a nice little visit. We got to go to the beach on Saturday. It was a bit windy, but we still had a great time. And then we decided to also go to the pool. So we got a little bit of a water day in, which was perfect because the next day, Sunday, it ended up raining and thunderstorming all day. So we got to have a nice little lazy pajama day of watching, true crime shows and just hanging out. So it was really nice. And of course, today, Monday for Memorial Day, we actually had to make it back, but it's nice to be home and see my boys again. So yeah, it was a wonderful weekend. I hope everyone else had a great time. For us here in North Carolina, the weather is a bit rainy, but it is what it is. So, today we're going to be diving into something so many of us face, those transitional moments in life where everything feels overwhelming or out of alignment. We all have been there. My guest, Jenny Treurnich, is a mindset coach and energy healer who knows that feeling firsthand. As a single mom, she's walked the hard road and come out on the other side with wisdom, grace, and tools that can help you move from chaos to clarity. We're talking mindset embodiment and how simple, mindful moments can truly change the game. So if you're feeling stuck or craving more alignment in your life, this conversation is absolutely for you. Let's dive in. Oh, welcome back to the show. I am joined with Jenny today. Thank you so much for joining us.
It's so great to be here. Thank you, Mary.
Oh, yes, of course. Well, let's get started. Why don't you introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about what you do?
Sure. I'm a mindset coach. I work on mindset and embodiment because the two go so well together. And I'm also an energy healer. So I have various modalities that I've kind of drawn together. And essentially I help women who are really stuck and at a transition point in their lives because I was there. I've also been running a business with two kids and you know, not in my business, having two kids. And yeah, that whole trying to get things done and be a mom and So I get that. I've been through all those challenges. And yeah, I was kind of stuck in work that wasn't aligned with me. I was doing the energy healing stuff on the one side, which was fantastic. And I felt so at cause when I was doing that. And then I was also doing other work, which was copy editing and science writing. I have a science background, and it just got more and more intense and was just taking all my time. And I felt like I was on this hamster wheel, and it got kind of to the point of crazy where I was working all the time, and I stopped. I was like, I need to reclaim my life. And it was scary and it was a leap. But yeah, that's what I did. And I help women. It doesn't always have to be a work transition. It can be just any points of stuckness, life challenges,
Oh
working
yeah.
through them.
I mean, we all go through different levels of changes in our lives. I mean, like there's so many different areas, right, that we need as moms, like mindset shifts and
Yeah, totally.
support and that energy healing, especially because our energy is what attracts our reality. So, yeah, tell us a
Yeah.
little bit about some of the things you experienced on your journey and
Yeah.
what got you through it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've got a 20-year-old
Mhm.
and my son is 18. He's still in matric, so he's in his final year of school.
Oh.
So yeah, I've still got a school child, not exactly child, young man in
Yes.
the house. But yeah, sure, my journey. Originally, like I said, I was doing those two things. So the one was very in alignment and the other one wasn't. Essentially a single mom, divorced many years ago. So I was managing the two kids and the household and working like two separate businesses, in fact, because I was freelance as an editor and writer. And then I have my healing therapies, still have. And just trying to juggle all of that was tricky. And some of the things and I was on that self-development journey. I was also meeting this amazing group of women, connecting with angels, my angel teacher, and my fantastic group of women.
Love it.
So I think what's important is having those support structures in place, like having your friends, having groups that can support you in different ways. And then what became really, really important was mindfulness, being in the present moment. Because, yeah, like your to-do list can be long, especially as a mom, and you've got all these different life areas you're trying to manage. And what happens is also we start loops and we don't close them. So we just get the stress building up with all these things in our mind. So one thing is closing those loops where you can. Like if you need to reply to someone, reply straight away. It moves that off your plate, so to speak. And then having that support and then living in the present moment. Being really, really in touch. So stopping, having those mindful moments. I mean, it sounds kind of overused, but it's actually so important to just stop and drop in, drop into what you're thinking, what your emotions are, drop into your body, because the other big piece is embodiment. So what are your emotions in that moment? Can you name them? Where do you feel them in your body? And things like breathing exercises to return to that parasympathetic nervous system, to that rest. So little tips like that I employed over time, and just learning those was hugely helpful, just putting in these little tips. And then, yeah, one thing led to another, and I ended up adding the coaching and leaving what I did and just it's like jumping off a cliff. And it's been fantastic. It's been hard. There's been like some scary moments, but it's just stepping into that
Yeah.
and kind of learning to live in soul alignment. Like, yeah, this won't always be easy, but trusting your intuition and taking that step. And then the children, I'm just carrying on talking.
I love it. No, keep going. Love it.
So I found like with the kids, it was, they go through their stages, so they're very all in, and you've got to give them a lot of attention, and then it kind of waned off and got easier. And then I wasn't expecting that kind of early teenage thing to be so intense. where suddenly they need a whole lot of attention again. And so it goes in these waves. So it's just kind of managing that with grace and trying not to, you can't be all things to everyone all the time. So it's kind of dipping in and out of times when you need to be really, really present. I mean, you're present as a mom all the time, but that focused, yeah, my kids need me a lot right now, to, hey, it's okay. And learning to kind of live with that and into that was like a dance. And it was a learning curve to let go of what doesn't matter
Mm.
and give yourself grace and do what you can and set out a routine that works for you as much as you can. Yeah.
Yeah, it is. It truly is. And it's funny when you talk about mindfulness too, it's like, yeah, we sometimes can be present for our kids, but how many of you have ever caught yourself while you're trying to play with your kids thinking about all the work stuff you got done or all the, oh man, I got to do this, I got to do this. So technically we're physically there, but we're not mentally present a lot of times for our kids in the way they deserve and that we would want to be, right? And then you feel bad because you're like, oh, I'm not really paying attention, I'm stressed out. And this is what this work does for you is when you really implement it, when you really start taking action to shift these things, to be more mindful, to allow yourselves, like you say, to let go of the things that don't truly matter and really teach yourself that and be grounded in who you are and aligned with who you're meant to be. That's where the magic happens. That's where things start really just working itself out and things just, get done that you wouldn't think would get done. Just like you say, because regardless of what we think, we're going to have challenges. Life is unpredictable. We're going to have ups and downs, but the more we get in tune with who we are and are true to that, the easier we'll be able to get through those hard times. And I think that's amazing that you do that kind of work and that you're being so real because it is not easy. As women, especially, we have this caretaker type expectations that's been put on us that we have to always be the good girl and do everything right and be perfect and blah blah blah. It's a bunch of bull. I mean, we get to be who we want to be, and like you say, you don't have to do it all. And that's so important as a
Absolutely.
message for moms out there that it's okay to do it messy, but it's about doing it anyways,
Absolutely.
right?
Absolutely. There's so much pressure that society and just modern life puts on us, and then we heap extra pressure on top of that. You
Yeah.
know, give yourself some grace.
Hey, Mama, quick break from the episode because I need to tell you this. Are you tired of feeling stuck, spinning your wheels, knowing deep down you're meant for more, but not quite sure how to get there? Listen up because I've opened up a few one-on-one coaching spots just for moms like you. This is your chance to get personalized, powerful support to help you stop playing small and finally start turning your goals into real life-changing results. Whether it's launching your business, building confidence, or finding clarity in the chaos, I've got you. Let's ditch the overwhelm and create the transformation you've been craving with the plan that works for your life. Head on over to marydibblecoaching.com right now and schedule your free Radiant Mom Breakthrough session before those spots fill up. Okay, now let's get back to the show.
It's so true what you said, where you can be playing with your kids and you're going through your to-do list in your mind. It's just to stop and be present. And so when you're working, you're also not worrying about your kids. Sometimes easier said than done,
Yeah,
but to just, even when you're working, to do that one specific aspect of work and focus on that, not all the other things. Just to,
yeah,
you step outside for 10 minutes, be outside.
yeah.
Just look at the sky, look at the trees, feel the grass. If you're barefoot, try and be barefoot if you can for those few minutes and just be in that space for those minutes.
Oh, yeah.
And also just trying to bring in like little bubbles of spaciousness into our lives, even if it's 2 minutes to just do nothing. In these 2 minutes, I'm going to sit and I'm going to breathe,
Yeah.
and we don't have to fill up every single second to consciously bring in those little spaciousness moments.
Yes, it makes such a difference. And don't get me wrong, I love like morning rituals, for instance. There's a lot of people who will teach that. I teach about that because I do see the value in that. But even throughout your day, like if you notice you can, this is what's being aware and mindful, because if you notice you're starting to feel stressed out or starting to feel like anxious about something, those are the moments where you should take that time to just pause,
Yeah.
breathe, feel into it, and then release it. And then this way you can now step into whatever it was with confidence, with that clarity, with that calmness even of just being like, I got this. I can do this. I got this. I'll get through it. And I
It's
think that's
just a
simple.
reframe, like
Yeah.
that. Am I in cause? Am I standing as the creator of my reality? Or am I being an effect? Am I just letting life wash over me? So it's like stopping. Okay. And if you are an effect, it's okay for a short while. You don't beat yourself up. Like,
Yeah.
okay, feel the feelings, be in that space, and then take yourself out of it. Or like stop and do that deep breathing. Like
Mhm.
I love the 4-7-8 particularly because I like that long out breath. So in for 4, hold for 7, out for 8. So that you get that lovely long out breath, which just drops you back into that calmness and that parasympathetic. I like that brings me instantly to a place of calmness if things are happening. And it's just so easy to do and such a great reminder.
Yeah, it truly is. And tell us a little bit about your sons. Like, what's their journey been like as far as through watching you do these things and shift to your own
Um,
mindset? How has that impacted them?
yeah, it's been interesting. I've got a daughter and a son.
Oh, daughter,
So
I'm so
my
sorry.
daughter's going through her whole transformational journey
Which is
herself.
she the
Right.
18-year-old or the
She's
20?
20.
She's the
My
20.
daughter's
Okay.
20, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And she's busy writing a book, actually a trilogy and a prequel, and she's so creative with it. And
Mm-hmm.
she's been going through this huge self-development phase and just manifesting like master manifester. She's actually an inspiration to me. I'm like, whoa, just the level of certainty at her age is fantastic. So that's been
Love it.
really fantastic for me to see and to
Yeah.
to experience that. It's been amazing. And she just brings in a different kind of energy. So
Yeah.
that's great. And then my daughter's the extrovert, my son's the introvert. I'm the introvert too.
Mm.
So it's nice. It's a nice dynamic, and
Yeah.
we kind of feed off each other a little.
Yeah.
My son's still at school, so he's doing his thing very much like with his friends and on his computer and doing his thing. And
Oh,
yeah.
yeah, that sounds like my son. Well, my son's about to be 17 in April. I'm really proud of him. He's in marching band. He loves band. He taught himself how to do the percussions. He taught himself how to do snare drum, taught himself how to play the piano. He's a very good self-teacher.
Wow.
Yeah, he's
Wow.
very devoted. When he likes something, he gets into it. And like he loves his games, and he actually is part of one of his dreams. He wants to develop gaming. But I love it because you're right. It's so awesome like when you talk about your 20-year-old daughter, I think I can't help but to reflect and think I was getting pregnant at 20. Like I had my first
Wow.
child at 20. I was just getting over drugs. Like I had such a different upbringing, such a different
Mm.
life. And it's so wonderful to hear you have this 20-year-old who's already writing books, inspirational, creative, confident. This is my mission is to help children grow up and to help moms because it starts with us. We're the role models. We really don't realize how much power we have over our children's development. And so it's like I just want us to really understand that everything we're doing, it's not selfish. It's about teaching them that they get to do this for themselves too. They get to set healthy boundaries. They get to embrace different limitless possibilities for themselves. Like they get to dream big and it doesn't stop because you get older and reality hits and tells you, nah, you're not allowed to dream like that, which is something
No,
we
right.
have. So yeah, right. It's
Yeah.
it's it's nice.
And so
Hmm.
many of us like reinvent ourselves later. I've
Yeah,
changed what I do a few times, and I
yeah,
think each thing you do builds on it.
it does.
And yeah, it's like good for them to see, well, mom can't always spend be now they don't want so much mom time. They're doing their own thing. But I'm talking about a little bit earlier.
Yeah,
It's like mom's creating her dream,
yeah,
and that's important too. And so it's modeling that as well. And yeah, we always have that whole like, well, we don't always, we can, a lot of us have that like mom guilt vibe going on where, okay, I could have done this better and I could have done
yeah,
that. And as we're developing and we're on our path, it's like, couldn't I have known all of this when my children were first small? Because I could have done such a better job. But you know what? It is what it is.
Mhm.
And I think they get what they need to get from you. And it's like letting that go and just being the best person you can be in this moment. You can't go back and change, you know, oh, I could have done that more perfectly.
Who,
No, it
who
is what it
couldn't,
is.
right? I mean, we all have things about hindsight's 2020. They say that for a reason.
Yeah.
Of course, there's always things, but at the same time, you wouldn't be who you are today without the struggles, without the hard being hard-headed even and having to learn things the hard way. Yes,
Yeah.
it's like me too. I feel the same way, not just as a mom, but even just for myself. There's so many things I could have done differently, whatever. But then I always think if even a single change meant that I wouldn't meet my husband that I have today and have the kids that I have today, it would be worth it. I would go through that struggle again if it meant that I got to have them. So it's all about perspective too. It's like you say, it is what it is. We can't really change the past, but we get to change our now and our futures. So hey,
Absolutely.
let's,
We can change right now.
exactly. That is something you have control of. It's something you have power over. And it's so important that we really start embracing that truth for ourselves and start taking action and find your right people, like what you were talking about earlier with the support system. I talk about that so much on the show and with so many people, because if it wasn't for those amazing women that I get connected with, that we meet on a regular basis, they're what keeps me going through those times where I feel like, what am I doing, or oh, this isn't working, or I'm kind of feeling stuck or whatever myself. It's like it's nice to have those people that you can talk to about that and work through it and then find your way to whatever's next, because at the end of the day, that's what how we help people with, is getting unstuck, because we all have our times of getting stuck, but it's about working through that so that you can keep moving forward and you figure out what your next steps are and then do it. That's the also the
And then
important part,
do it.
right? Yeah.
Absolutely. The whole soul alignment thing. So what I work with women with a lot is the conscious mind and the unconscious mind. Because our conscious mind, we can be, yeah, I'm gonna make that change and I want that goal and da da da. And the unconscious mind's going, no, you can't have that because of this or this or this. So it's like you gotta have both in alignment and then bring that into the body and have the alignment within your body as well. And then soul alignment, which is really stepping into your purpose and your intuition and just taking those steps. And it's not always comfortable. In fact, it's usually uncomfortable, but it's taking that step, whatever that is for you,
Yeah.
and it's different, finding what that is for each woman. Like it looks different for different people. It's finding what lights you up and then stepping into that. And it can be scary and it's good to have that support.
Yeah, there's never change or success or joyfulness or fulfillment without getting out of your comfort zone and allowing yourselves
Exactly.
to try new things, experiment
Yeah.
new things. But that's how you find your way. That's how you find your dreams. And I find it so neat that I meet so many people who set out for one thing in life thinking that that's what they wanted, but because they still took action and did the things, they ended up completely somewhere else, but they're still so fulfilled and have found their purpose because they just went out there and tried and just did things. And
Mhm.
so that's truly what this is about. And so anyone listening, I just challenge you today, like, go try something new. Go do something that's been like, if something's popped up in your way and you're like, I might be interested in checking this out or seeing what this is about, like, go do it. Like, what's the worst that's going to happen? You're just going to still be right where you are, right? But or you could be exposed to something that will change your life or that you'll fall in love with, and then bam, go from you. Just wait and see,
Yeah.
right?
Absolutely, absolutely. It's
Yeah.
just taking the step and then the next step. We don't have to know the end of the road.
Yeah.
In fact, if we knew the end of the road, we
Yeah.
probably wouldn't take those step, or
We'd sabotage it probably.
we'd then get bored with the
Oh
process or want
yeah,
something else,
exactly.
or we'd think, oh,
Exactly.
we can never achieve that because it's
Yeah.
too big or
Yeah.
whatever it is. So just take the next step and
Mm.
then keep going and enjoy the process. Be, yeah,
Enjoy
do
the
it
journey.
authentically, that in a way that makes sense to you and lights you up.
Exactly, exactly. And Jenny, I know we're getting close to our time here, so I want to give you an opportunity to share for anyone listening who would like to work with you and learn more about the mindset and the soul alignment and the embodiment. Like, where's the best place they can find you?
Probably on my website, everything is there. I'll spell it because my surname can be a bit tricky. So it's Jenny Treurnich. So Jenny Treurnich is Treurnich.com. So on there, you can click on, I have a free gift. It's a quiz, your path to purpose and fulfillment quiz. So it actually just helps show which areas of your life you feel are more aligned with what actually lights you up and brings you joy, and which areas you need to kind of focus on a little more, see where you're at. So there's a quiz, and yeah, all my links are on there. Connect with me, book a call. Website's the easiest.
Awesome. Awesome. Thank you so much. I always open the floor too for one final piece of advice that you'd like to give to listeners today.
Just drop into your body. I think we're spending so much time in a head bubble with thoughts just racing through our heads and scrolling and busy and supper. And so to just take some time to drop out of your head bubble and just feel the core of your body, drop into your heart, into your gut. Like, those words like heart, heart resonance, gut resonance, that gut feeling, that knowing, and just drop into that space and feel, operate from that place of power, of engaging that inner core. And then just be really conscious as well of what's actually happening in your body. Just dropping into that space. That would be, yeah, it's just doing that changes so many things. It's like you take a slight shift and it changes your trajectory.
Yes, I couldn't agree more. Such beautiful advice, just beautiful conversation. Thank you so much, Jenny, for being part of this show and part of
Thank
my
you.
world. I just love meeting guys. I love this is why I love what I do. I get to meet amazing women like you and just inspire so many out there. So thank you truly for sharing everything that you
Thank
did
you.
today.
Thank you so much, Mary. It's been great chatting to you. Thank you.
What a beautiful soul. Here are the key takeaways from today's episode. You have the power to shift your life by aligning both your conscious thoughts and unconscious beliefs. Your mindset isn't just mental, it's deeply embodied. You're not lazy or behind. Your brain might just be stuck in open mental loops. Closing those loops and creating mindful pauses can dramatically reduce your stress and boost your focus. If you're juggling a million things like us mamas do and feel like you're barely staying afloat, no, you're not alone. Jenny's story as a single mom proves the importance of building a support system and prioritizing your well-being. You don't need a retreat to practice mindfulness. You can start right now by tuning into your breath, noticing your body, or stepping outside for a moment of stillness. You deserve to feel fulfilled. Even in the middle of transition, you can move through life's challenges with grace by slowing down, getting present, and reconnecting with your truth. You're allowed to evolve. The version of you that's emerging through struggle might just be the most powerful one yet. Be sure to check out that quiz on Jenny's website, jennytreurnich.com today, and that is Jenny Treurnich.com. If you enjoyed this episode, please be sure to share it with a mom friend and leave us a review. It is most helpful and only takes a moment of your time. If you are a mom in business, be sure to follow me on Eventbrite and join us for the next Mama Means Business networking event to make new connections, grow your network, discover new opportunities, and get the support you deserve so you thrive in both business and life. I hope to see you at our next event. And Mama, before you go, I want you to know that I'm opening up just a few exclusive one-on-one coaching spots for moms who are ready for real transformation. If you're tired of playing small, feeling stuck, or putting everyone else first while your own dreams sit on the back burner, this is your moment. This is for the woman who knows she's meant for more, the mom who's ready to step into her full power, create a life she loves, and finally start moving toward the goals that have been calling her heart. With loving guidance, personalized support, and a plan tailored to you, we'll work together to create the results you deserve for yourself and your family. So if you're ready to turn things around and start showing up as a version of you that's been waiting to break free, head on over to marydibblecoaching.com and schedule your free consultation today. Let's uncover what's holding you back and map out your next bold, beautiful step forward. Thank you so much for tuning in. Until next time, much love.